Hey guys, Sarah Divinely You here. Thanks for tuning in to yesterday's video, whether it was on Instagram or on my YouTube. I really appreciate it. And I talked a little bit yesterday about like the breakdown to have a breakthrough, and we're kind of like I've experienced this obviously with life coaching and personal development work over the years, and we're experiencing that on like a global scale, right? If you you may want to check into like some Teal Swan work, because she does an annual kind of a review, and it was, I believe, in 2020 where she talked about the epoch shift that we're currently in on our planet. So I mean, this is like huge, right? That's why it's been so intense for the last couple of years, is like because this is just the beginning of like disruption and mass chaos, and it probably feels really like what the actual fuck is going on, because there is a lot of what the actual fuck is going on. But in order to shift our planet and humanity and our society to build something new, the old has to look chaotic, right? It has to come down. And we have Pluto finishing up in Capricorn, we have Saturn finishing up in Aquarius, and these are going to be finishing up for the next 5 months. So at least the next 5 months is going to look really weird and really chaotic. We also have Mars having like an extended journey in Gemini, which is very unusual. And he's still in retrograde and will be till January. And so we've got a lot of disruptive energy happening on our planet. We also have Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. So you have a disruptor, topsy-turvy planet who also wants, like, Uranus is humanitarian. It rules Aquarius. So it's all happening on Earth. And so I thought it was really interesting that I pulled a Uranome, which is was actually kind of hard to find a little information on Uranome. But what I did find is she was about creation, and creation out of chaos. And so, unfortunately, we have to have chaos in order to create a new thing, or a new, more humanitarian. You can call me kind of like what's the word I'm wanting to use? I've always thought, just myself personally, that like what we currently live through was like not human, like not supporting humanity. I always felt like the people that I was around, like, were struggling, and I feel like, as a person who's legally blind and uses accessibility, and the fact that accessibility is not readily available to me, I felt like that was ass backwards. This is just how I've always felt. Like, I'm like, why is this always backwards? Why are people not thinking about including everyone? And some play, and this has obviously been a bigger issue with the advancements of technology. It seems like sometimes the more advanced we get with technology, the less inclusive and the less user friendly technology is, right? And it's not just for people with disabilities. Like, I've worked with older people who have difficulty using newer technology. And so, anyway, I was kind of a sidetrack to basically say, like, there has to be a better way, and humanity wants a better way, and Uranus wants a better way for humanity. And we're going to start to see more of that as Pluto is looking at Aquarius, like, hey, I'm on the way to you. Because Aquarius is very much humanitarian. It wants it wants each and every person to have the best experience at life, to grow, to learn, to be able to participate. Like, it's all about everyone. And there is also a part of that that's like everyone who's willing to do their part, right? You can't play victim and expect, um, you know, expect, you got to take ownership. You got to be okay with, whoever anyone thinks of you, right? So kind of back to what I talked about yesterday. But anyway, so you're a gnome, and I looked it up on a chart. I could be wrong, so I apologize if I'm wrong. But it looked like Uranome is currently at 4 degrees Sag, which is close to where the new moon in Sag is going to be tomorrow. So I feel like because Uranome is there, like and because a new moon is like activation, it's setting intentions, creating new, like creating a new direction or whatever. And so it's very, to me, it's very aligned. Like we may be like, and Sag is like fire. It wants us to advance and grow and learn. It's higher learning, right? So it's interesting that Uranome is right there for the new moon. I don't track the asteroids, so I don't know if like it's normal for Uranome to be near the new moon. So I just kind of started diving into asteroids just for play, have a little fun with the astrology and see like what things look like when I add different asteroids into my astrology charts. And so but I just, if that is accurate, if I'm accurate and Uranome is going to be within a couple of degrees of this new moon that we're about to have tomorrow in Sagittarius, then how incredibly divine is that, right? We're starting to see this unfolding of the new creation, the new way for humanity, and it's going to look like a bumpy road and a lot of chaos, probably for the next decade, maybe 2 decades, right? As Pluto will be in Aquarius for a good 20 years, 22, I think, 22 years, something like that. So the next 22 years is going to be a complete, like, revolution, innovation, for humanity. So for me, this is like exciting because, if it's a positive change and it brings about new cool things and new ways for people to interact and new ways for, technology to work for all humanity, I'm all for that. And there could be some really gross steps along the way, but that's kind of par for the course, and we all signed up for these journeys. So I did pull from the Yarn Tarot again, and I got all Pentacles, which Pentacles is Earth, so I thought that was really interesting. But the Page of Pentacles in reverse, so Page of Pentacles is about curiosity, as most of the page cards seem to be. But Page of Pentacles in reverse, it's like cautious curiosity. So, explore, but use caution, use discretion, use good discernment when you are moving through making any kind of choices or decisions. Same with we got the Knight of Pentacles upright, so slow and steady, right? Yesterday I think it was an Eight of Pentacles, but it was like, mastering your craft, right? So it's, the Knight is saying like, make steady progress. It's not going to happen overnight. And I know I'm very much stuck in this right now personally, where I'm just like, I want shit to go, like, happen now. And we are not in that kind of energy. And for me, that is very frustrating. So if you're feeling very frustrated, if you're feeling like, Jesus, why isn't this just happening? Like, I feel your pain. I really am. Like, 2022 has been very slow for me, and as far as making progress towards my goals. And yes, I've set a lot of intentions and I've fulfilled them, but as far as like forward momentum, that has not happened for me. And so I totally feel you. And then we got the 10 of Pentacles. And so this is like your generosity, and which is interesting. It's the week of Thanksgiving. It could be family generosity and just being generous to your family, being generous to the people you care about, loving on them. I today was the day I volunteer at the local food pantry for distribution, and I always enjoy it. I just enjoy like giving to people and helping people and having a good conversation with them and always making people smile, because we are not alone in this world. And sometimes I think a lot of people live alone. They feel very alone or isolated. I know I can experience that at times. And just to kind of, take some time to be generous with other people. And, you don't have to go full force 100% for yourself all the time. You can slow down and make a difference in somebody's life. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. I know it's a tough time. I really do. I'm really feeling it with you. I've that last lunar eclipse kind of took me out a little bit, and I am really struggling to get back. And so I mean, even as a person who I call myself a spiritual guide, I've been a life coach, I'm an astrologer. I think it's important that we realistically speak out and speak into the times when we're not feeling 100%, we're not feeling like it's all happening for our highest good. And so it's okay if you're feeling like, you know, you're really on the struggle bus, or you're feeling frustrated, or you have no direction. Like, that feels like it's okay right now, because we don't know what's going on, right? There's so much uncertainty. There's so much hidden energy that's going on right now. And it's all unfolding, but it is definitely like molasses in January. It's very slow. So I find it very frustrating. I know other people do, but be patient, and slow and steady wins the race. And, you know, mastering your craft and really digging into those things, it being Sagittarius season now, like digging into those things that really make you happy and bring you joy. And maybe it's not like a result or a destination, but just putting a smile on your face on a daily basis. Maybe it's like watching a rerun while you're crocheting. That's what I've been doing a lot of, is watching stuff, watching movies and watching TV shows that make me happy, make me smile, make me laugh, and, you know, doing you know, playing a game or crocheting while I'm doing that. So I hope that's helpful. I'm sending you a lot of love, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks.